those stories in just a minute, but first, Jimmy is anchoring Wake Up Wisconsin with me for the very first time today.
Very exciting. Happy to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here. Subbing in for Jake today. He's probably going to take some time off to watch golf. You know how much he loves golf.
Oh, yes.
Big Masters guy. Big Masters guy.
Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Wisconsin. I'm Sadie Fisher.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Jimmy Sadowski. Jake, he's got one more day off. Should be back tomorrow, and we'll get to those top stories in just a minute. But let's check in with Storm Track 9 meteorologist Brad Miller. Brad, like you said, a little humid, a little foggy, a little cloudy. What's going on?
Well, you said it right there. That pretty much covers it. We are dealing with muggy conditions all across the area.
A guilty plea now from one of the two people charged with killing and dumping a 5-year-old boy's body in a Milwaukee dumpster. David Patira pleaded guilty to first-degree intentional homicide in the death of Prince McCree that happened back in October.
Patira agreed to a plea deal just before the scheduled jury selection yesterday morning. And Patira's lawyer says this was the best possible deal for his client, considering the crime and the charges against him.
New on Wake Up, chaos erupts during a funeral service over the weekend in Mount Pleasant. Police say more than 100 people got into a massive fight.
Just take a look at this law enforcement response. Agencies from all over Racine County were there. Thanks, Brad. This morning we're learning about a mass shooting in Ohio that left one person dead and injured more than 24, some critically. At least 25 people were shot when gunfire broke out early Sunday at a large street party in Akron, south of Cleveland. Back here in the Badger State, a Milwaukee family is searching for answers after someone shot and killed a woman. New at 11, a Janesville man is in custody after stabbing 2 people inside a Walgreens. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jimmy Sadowski. Now, an update on a story we brought you yesterday involving a former school resource officer in southern Wisconsin. We want to warn you, these details are disturbing. Stephen Rosales is now charged with 5 counts of felony bestiality for allegedly having sex with his dog. These charges come just days after prosecutors in Washington County charged him for an alleged inappropriate relationship with a student. Rosales is now in jail facing serious charges in 2 investigations across the country. Our coverage now continues on the death of O.J. Simpson, a controversial figure whose life in the public eye saw the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. We have some shocking video for you out of Milwaukee as police are investigating a hit-and-run crash from over the weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jimmy Sadowski. Now take a look at this. A news crew was on scene when a stolen car lost control and slammed into a parked minivan. New details on a story we told you about yesterday. Authorities in both Iowa and Wisconsin are now investigating a string of deadly events that claim the lives of 3 people. Our coverage continues this morning on a Polk County murder trial relating to a cold case from 1985. Jury selection continues in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial. 12 have been picked. Alternates are now being chosen.
And now we're learning 2 jurors who were seated earlier this week have now been excused.
New at 11, the bodies of those who died in a helicopter crash in Iran have been taken to the city of Tabriz. Thanks, Brad. Extensive damage done to an Oneida County country club has course officials scratching their heads as to why it even happened.
News 9's Wyatt Williams has updates on the suspects and how the country club is looking forward.
Welcome back. I think most of us would probably consider ourselves pretty lucky if we made it to 99 years old.
Yeah, I know I certainly would, Jake. And now we're going to introduce you to a Merrill woman who spent her golden years giving back to people in need. News 9's Fiona King shares her story. When they were in 3rd grade, they learned about how a bill becomes a law and at the same time learned that the lollipop was invented by Connecticut's Lloyd Smith in 1908. They then took that information and wrote to their town and state officials and even testified at the state capitol. And then the state made it official yesterday to the now 6th grade class. Well,
wow,
that's pretty impressive for 6th graders, then 3rd graders to get it done in 3 years. I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen with
I was going to say,
there's
legislation. You know?
Nice to see the real-life lessons there, too. That's better than the old Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just the bill sitting there on Capitol Hill.
Well, Jake, with this job, you learned there really is a national day for everything.
Yeah, I definitely have learned that over the last year or so. And today we celebrate one of America's favorite snacks or appetizers. It's National Pigs in a Blanket Day. Now, no one knows for sure when this dish started, but records as early as 19 1901 have some references for recipes for pigs in a blanket. They can be made in various forms, like wrapped in dough or even cabbage or bacon, and filled with either hot dogs or sausages. I'm a fan of a lot of these things that we talk about here on national days. Pigs in a blanket, not really one of them. Not a huge pigs in a blanket guy.
You know, I don't see them too much, so when I do, I'm pretty glad.
Okay.
Not my favorite appetizer by a long shot, but probably more of a hot dog guy than the sausage, like you were saying in the last hour here.
I agree. If it's a hot dog in like a biscuit, and you count that, I will definitely take that. But I don't really like the sausage wrapped in pancakes and then you dip it in the syrup. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll eat them separate. I'll have a bite of pancake and then a bite of sausage separate, and I'll be happy. But
I might go for it, but not my favorite.
all right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, if you like them, yeah, exactly. If you like them, definitely celebrate today.